Okay, good. Then we're all set, and then let me first say welcome to Munich, welcome to the Munich Quantum Software Forum. The past 2 years I also could say welcome to the Technical University of Munich, but you can see that we are not even close to the Technical University right now. We are, I kind of would say, in the middle of nowhere, but still right in the middle of Munich, right? So I'm really glad that you found the place. This is a bigger place than last time. That's the reason why I choose that, and we really hope that we really have more opportunities to bring the community together. As said, I really want to try to stay in schedule, and of course everyone is here. Everyone is here for the talks and for the pitches and for the exchanges. But let me just explain a couple of things how we aim to run the next 2 days here. First of all, and maybe most importantly, let me quickly introduce you, your host. This is our group. We are hosting you today. This is the group of the chair for design automation. Everyone running with a TUM shirt. This is the guy or a guy who can actually help you. Starts great. Come on. Okay. This is the group chair for design automation. A couple of words on our end. Of course, we're doing quantum computing software. Otherwise, we wouldn't do this event. But we do all kinds of software development. We are the chair for design automation. That means we design, we develop methods to design circuits and systems, quantum systems, nanotech systems, microfluidics. We even have design tools for train control. So everyone arrived by train. We're working on it, making it better in Germany. We're also part of the Munich Quantum Valley, a huge initiative, 300-400 researchers across the spectrum, from physicists over computer scientists. In this realm, when it comes to software, we're also developing the software stack. And we're doing all that with a lot of partners from industry, from academia, with research institutions. So we have a huge partner network in which we work. Many of you, of them, are already here. And then after doing research for 15 years on quantum computing software, we find also some sort of like a spot where we find, okay, we now have to bring that into production, which is why we earlier this year, at the beginning of this year, we also founded a company to not just do research, but also to translate that into practice, into industry. This is the company we founded. And the team, everyone involved, from the chair at TU Munich, from the Munich Quantum Valley, but also from the company, we do these kind of community events. This is the 3rd edition of the forum. Besides that, we're doing special sessions, tutorials. We're really trying to bring the community together, particularly since we are usually spread around different communities. We're attending different conferences, and we really want to give them, we want to really cross the bubbles, and that's why we're doing these events. At the same time, let me also a little bit give you an overview who you are, because some of you participated in, this is already annoying me a lot, sorry for that, I hope it gets better with the other laptop then. We already did a questionnaire before you came here, and I want to give you a couple of results of this questionnaire. First message is you're more than we could cover. We have some empty seats, but we're still expecting a couple of more people. We have a waiting list of 100 people who we couldn't grant a ticket. We already, like in airlines, we already overbooked the event, so we have more people than we actually have spaces for. Let's see how this turns out. What I always find interesting, this is kind of the distribution we have. So we have everyone from physics, computer science, we have math actually significantly growing. Last year we had something like 7%, so this almost doubled. Engineering, as someone who is a computer scientist by training, I still find it weird that in an event which is focused on software, we are still only number 2. So the physicists are still dominating. I don't know why we're not getting the computer scientists being number 1, working now on for 3 years and still not there yet. But still, really, you can really see how an interdisciplinary event we are here. And also interesting, we have good combinations from academia and industry. 2/3 academia from research institutes and from universities. From startups, we have 23%, and established companies, 14%. You see it again. And so quite a nice mixture as well. And I'm particularly happy about this stat because it shows we have juniors like students and PhD students, seniors from senior development and postdocs. We have some professors, but also 21% management. So maybe this is helpful here. Go back to your companies, to your institutions, and tell everyone it's great that we have great quantum computers, but please don't forget the software. So this is good that you're here and that you see a little bit why software is needed and what kind of cool software solutions are already there. Also, really cool stat is this one here. Of course, the vast majority is rather still new, but it's also interesting that we had 5% people who work on this domain more than 10 years. Those are the guys who worked on quantum computing before it became cool. And also something like 5 to 10 years, a fifth of the audience is already working quite a while on this topic, which is really, really, really interesting. Couple of things what you're particularly interested in, of course, quantum algorithms, compilers, error correction. This is important. This was not a big thing 2 years ago. Everyone recognizes now we need software for error correcting as well. So you can see all the stats here. We're going to share that later on the web page as well. And last not least, also what are the challenges? Lack of standards. I'm pretty sure, I hope this is going to be an interesting discussions, because on the one hand side, everyone wants standards, but if someone defines a standard, everyone is probably pissed about that this is the standard no one likes. And I'm really looking forward what kind of discussions we're going to have on these topics. Scalability, I find very interesting, still just a fifth, but debugging, I find interesting that debugging seems to become a topic. So also here, really, really looking forward to the event and to the corresponding discussions. This is a rough overview what we represent here and what kind of group we brought together here. Now a couple of organizational things. Usually you've all attended conferences, you know the usual things, and we try to do a couple of things differently here, but overall it's more or less the same. And you can find all the information, of course, in the program. Particular for those who are doing the software pitches today, please be aware that we're going to have 2 days with different pitches. So today we're going to present 20 pitches. Tomorrow we're going to present 20 other pitches. If you are here for a pitch, use the poster board, post your pitch on there, and right before the lunch break, we're going to have the pitches. It's going to be a fantastic session where we, in 4 and 3 minute chunks, we kind of bombard you with 20 software pitches. That's going to be one of the coolest sessions. All the sessions are going to be cool, but there you get in a little bit more than an hour an insight into 20 software developments and software projects, and then you have a lunch break for hands-ons and things like that. This is really, really cool. Talking about hands-ons, as you know, we really try to make this conference also a place where you can have some hands-on, some sits together. You have seen the venue here. We also have some rooms, we call them lounge areas, which are on the first floor. So let me briefly explain. This is where we are right now. We are here in the theater. And then if you leave here, I'll do it probably here. If you leave the room in these, with these doors over here, if you leave the room here and then turn right, you see a staircase here. And this staircase brings you to the first floor. And in this first floor, you can here gather together. If it gets too crowded over there, grab your coffee, go up to chairs, and go over here where you can find some places. And then we have here, it's called Kleiner Saal. There are signs upstairs and a Seminar 1. These two places, we have some plugs there. You can charge your devices. You can have some hands-on session. That sort of things what you can do. And if it's not raining, you can also leave the building from here. So this is where you came from the street. You can leave the building. There are some open areas there as well. If it's not raining, if it's not too cold for you, you can use those places there as well. Hope it makes sense. Final thing, I should not say that too loudly, but as said, we use this venue because in order to get more capacity, and we have no idea how well the catering is working. I should not say that, but just in case there's a Burger King and there's a McDonald's, no, just kidding. I really hope it will work out, but it's kind of a free event and was kind of a little bit trade-off. If you want to complain to me, not to the team. It was my decision. We just give it a try. If it works out, great. And if not, again, there are alternatives around. We hope it will also work with the coffees. There are going to be some snacks also. Just try to grab one and then find your place. We really hope it's going to work out. Another thing, of course, we all have been in conferences. Wi-Fi access, of course, it's a very important thing. Let me just explain a little bit how this evolved. They have Wi-Fi here. And each site visit we took, the Wi-Fi here was not so good. And then we tried out the mobile net, and every time we've been here, the mobile Wi-Fi was not so good. So I'm not saying that just to avoid the blame, but we literally spent, and I'm not sure that I want to do that, but we literally spent 1,200 or whatever euros to set up another Wi-Fi setup here. But obviously we didn't have the chance to stress test that with 200, 300 people. I checked it just a minute ago and it didn't look perfect. It looked fine, but so if you want to complain, everyone who went to Quantum Week, keep in mind you paid whatever $800 for Quantum Week, and I hope the Wi-Fi will work out fine, but just don't rely on that. If you have some urgent things to do, I really sorry. We tried. Maybe it's not as bad as we thought. We learn a little bit through these experiences as well. And then final thing, just for legal regulations, of course, I should inform you, we're doing, of course, photos here, and we are recording all the sessions so that after the event, we also can put that online, just that you're aware. If you not want to be filmed, I don't know, put something on your face or whatever, we'll try to avoid the cameras. One of the final things, of course, we also love to spread the word what we're doing here and send some feedbacks back home. If you post on social media, you may want to use this, the hashtag MQSF to flag corresponding posts. But we also, people who attended the event already know that. We also like old school thingies. So we also prepared again a postcard. I like that a lot. I'm not sure if the younger people of you still remember what this is. This is how an email looked like a couple of years ago. And so what we're doing is, again, everyone got a postcard in his or her welcome package. I think we still have a couple of spare postcards. If you want to invite all your friends and family, do that. Just put some greetings on there, add your address, and then we have some sort of a mailbox in the registration table. You can just dump your postcard there. This is actually all explained here, and we will take care of sending it out, and then hopefully, depending on how fast the postal mail is, in 2 months or so, you may get you'll get the card or whatever. So this is what we want to do, and then also another small thing. We have this thing over there, put there on this door over there, and originally the idea was this is kind of a tradition we did last year as well, that you just put you in front of that, do a selfie, and then use that for. You know, I don't know, for social media or whatever you want to do. And then we recognized people started signing that, so we also put some pens over there. If everyone everyone would just sign, it's good for us because then we copycat your signatures and buy a couple of washing machines on your expenses. That is the way how you can pay for this entire event. This is roughly what we planned. It would be a nice thing to just bring things together. Then, again, it's a free event, but of course someone has to pay for everything. This is what I want to acknowledge here. The Technical University of Munich, the Bavarian Staatsministerium, who funded our chair. We are using our chair's money for doing this kind of thing. Our chair is also supported by European Research Council, and the Munich Quantum Valley significantly helped in organizational. So many thanks to all those who made that possible. And then, of course, once again, a huge thank to the entire team who tirelessly helped preparing the event in advance. There was an event going on yesterday evening here, so we couldn't prepare anything yesterday. So we went up this morning, 5 o'clock, came here and put everything together. If one or the other of the team looks a little bit tired, that's the reason. So maybe we can give the entire team a round of applause for setting everything up.